Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps a lot. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video.
Part 5. After I told Fitz Senpai about the circumstances surrounding Nanahoshi from the start, he calmed down a bit. She was forcefully brought into this world and she's desperate to return. After telling him that, Fitz Senpai's anger seemed to subside. However, after the final words, he asked like this. And then, Rudeus-kun, how do you feel about her? Still, to Fitz Senpai, who was born and raised in this world, it might be a completely unbelievable story so suddenly. However, judging from Nanahoshi's tone, it just felt like she really didn't care at all for this world. Almost as if she just quickly wanted to get things taken care of and return to her home. She's different from me. Ever since she came to this world, she's continued to succeed. There are various things being thought lightly of. She might have eternal life. She wasn't boasting about her troubles, but I don't really like a bit of it. Honestly, there are parts that I don't really like, but for now I believe in her. I see, you don't like. Yeah, then it's fine. Fitz Senpai made a bitter smile. If here I had said I completely believed in Nanahoshi, I wonder if I would have received a warning of, you should be more cautious. We were the ones to intrude upon her, so I don't think there's much concern about her trying to deceive us, but... well, it was just that unrealistic story after all. It wouldn't be surprising to be worried about me if I were to readily believe in it. You were worried about me, right, Senpai? Thank you very much. No, it wasn't really, worry, yeah. You're very welcome. Fitz Senpai became flustered. He finally seemed to relax. In any case, just like this, Nanahoshi and I started a work relationship. There are still many things I'd like to ask, but there's no reason to be impatient. It's fine if I just hear about them one at a time. Volume 8 Chapter 11 Daily Life at the Magic University Part 1. Almost a year has passed since I entered the Magic University. I've turned 16 years old. Age really doesn't matter at all. Part 2 Since I met Nanahoshi, there's been a change in the flow of my daily life. First, my morning training. This is about the same as always. However, sometimes when I'm swinging my sword, occasionally Badigadi will appear. He will generally just remain quiet and watch. It's not like he particularly goes out of his way to stick to my training, or that he was giving me any specific advice. He would just sit there with his 6 arms crossed, nodding to himself. I wonder what he's coming to agreement with. He doesn't particularly say anything. If he were to open his mouth, he might let out a loud laugh in the early morning and bother the neighborhood, so I don't ask either. I don't know what he thinks. He is a guy who gives off a good feeling, but I don't know what he's thinking about. For the most part, he is a demon king. I have a feeling that it would be bad if he ever got into a bad mood. However, one day, Badigadi opened his mouth. Humu, it's truly an interesting training, but is there some kind of meaning to it? He asked me if there was any meaning to it. I felt a bit of something way down on my heart. It shouldn't be something pointless. After I refuted him like that. You have a pointlessly large amount of magic, therefore training to wear fighting spirit would make such training meaningless, is how he responded. Fighting spirit? It's fighting spirit. After thinking about it, I've heard people talk about this fighting spirit occasionally. However, I have no idea how you wear it. Those sorts of points are kind of vague. It's a good opportunity. I'll ask and see. What is fighting spirit? Fighting spirit is, in other words, magic power. According to Badigadi, fighting spirit is a technique where you use the magic power residing in your body and explosively increase your physical ability. In other words, body reinforcement. That much was just as I had imagined. How do you wear it? Wrap each part of your body in magic power one at a time. Apply it there and harden it. Oh, I received some splendid advice. I guess this is the so-called Demon King's wisdom. With this I should be able to become stronger. I should be able to become an existence that's one step higher. Since that's the case, I started to release magic power almost like Dragon Ball and try it. Almost as if it was Nen power, I tried to gather the flow surrounding my body with my sense, and I tried a variety of things, but there was no difference in my physical ability. I just felt like I could get stronger. I guess you are that then. You have no talent. In an instant he explained the reason I couldn't do it. Normally, the thing known as fighting spirit, the more you train your body you'll naturally understand how to wear it is how it goes. Even that Laplace never wore fighting spirit, but he was strong. Whenever Badigadi makes comparisons to me, the name Laplace often comes up. I guess there is the common point in that we both possessed a vast amount of magic power. Badi-sama, have you met Laplace before? Humu, he annihilated most of my body in a single attack. It took a considerable amount of time to revive. I thought I was going to die that time. Foo ha 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 ha. I wonder if that's something to brag about. Well, he did fight against an amazing opponent and lived. I guess that's plenty to brag about. According to Badigadi, Laplace was a suspicious guy with a lot of mysteries to him, but he was skillful in ways to use magic power supposedly. I wonder if I can be strong if I were to fight like Laplace as well. You should stop with that. If you were to use magic power like that guy, your body would break apart and scatter. In the first place, for a human to have that much magic power residing in their body is already abnormal in itself. Powerful magic power will destroy your body. I somehow or other understand things like that. The operation of manipulating magic power is similar to the operation of trying to stretch your arm to its limit. If you were to try and stretch it, bent in reverse, naturally your arm would break. The one known as Laplace possessed a body and techniques that balanced out his enormous magic power. I don't hold the body or the techniques. With a human body, no matter how much I train I won't become like Laplace. Is what seems to be the case. In the first place, what do you plan to do after you become stronger? Even if you were to ask, what? Since I was already on the verge of death once, I think it's only natural that I want to avoid it happening again. I have known of any number of men that sought after strength and fame, but none of them were any good. This is about my nephew, but he's pretty stubborn, you know. He's become considerably calm now, but he used to say he would strive to be the world's strongest hero until he dies. Even though there's many number of things more important than that. Important things. For example, women. If you find one yourself I'm sure you'll understand. Foo ha 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 ha. And then Baddie made a triumphant look and said that. Even in manga in my previous life those who seek nothing but strength are all generally no good. I don't really have the intention of seeking that much strength. In this world as well, the strong guys generally have a larger image, but it's not as if strength is justice after all. Rather than pursuing strength, pursue women. I can understand that enjoyable way of thinking. However, I don't know what to do in my case since I can't desire for them due to my illness. Demon King Sama. What is it? Do you know the way to fix impotency? No clue. It seems that in my regard, the Demon King's wisdom isn't very useful. Part 3. After having breakfast and heading to class. Recently, I've been learning about detoxification magic in the morning. Intermediate detoxification magic. With detoxification magic, the large majority of conditions can be cured using just elementary level. However, particular illnesses, poison produced by powerful monsters, or diseases that have reached an advanced stage, you need a pinpoint incantation and a massive amount of magic power. In order to use detoxification magic above the intermediate level you learn such pinpoint techniques. Those incantations are also very long. They're already several times longer than the incantations for attack magic at the intermediate level. There's a story that some important person from the past shortened the long incantations into their current state, but it seems that didn't apply to detoxification magic above intermediate level. There are a number of categories as well. For intermediate level you have to learn over 50 incantations. Among those there's even magic where you create poison. Poison as medicine, is something that's commonly said. Advanced level has over 100 incantations. After you make it this far, you really can't continue at it with a half-assed memorization ability. When you get to the saint class or above the necessity for memorization gradually decreases, but in exchange the consumed magic power increases. Also, king class and greater are being researched by many countries and is generally kept hidden. There are countries that create poison which can't be healed with healing magic and then techniques are made to try and fix that. I guess it means that every world has its own game of tag with viruses and vaccines. Incidentally, the God class detoxification magic is a single magic that cures a certain strange disease supposedly. If I remember correctly, it was called something like magic stone disease. It seems to be a disease where all of the magic power in your body gradually turns you into magic stone. Historically it's said that there was only ever one person to use it. In regards to its incantation words, it seems that it's kept carefully in storage in the Great Church of Melitian. Incidentally, going from intermediate, advanced, saint class, the more the rank goes up the longer the incantation gets. When it gets to king class 1, imagine it's at the level where you'd have to read an entire book. No matter how high this body's memorization ability is, as expected it would take quite a bit of time to memorize something like that. Not having any choice but to memorize scriptures, the monks and priests of every world sure have it difficult. Well, if it's me, then I would just carry a book around with the incantation techniques written down. It could be possible that if I learned Detoxification Magic, my illness could be cured. I took this class while thinking that, but after asking the teacher, at the very least up to advanced level, there's no such technique that exists to cure ed. Obviously, I guess. This is something spiritual after all.
That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.